Hey, and welcome back. So for this video, we're going to pick up where we left off with the last one. So if you haven't seen the video where we were creating content, go back, watch that one, and then pick up here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the event that we made in the last video, and we're going to add a registration form to it. So as you can see here, in the last tutorial, we created a demo event called Webcast Demo Event. And it's got some placeholder content and an image here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a registration form so that a user can go in and register for the event, and then you can, as the organizer, can manage everything and view your attendees and whatnot. So of course, first things first, we go to the dashboard. I'm already logged in. So first we want to create the registration form. To do that, we're going to use Event Espresso down here. So first we expand it, and then we go to Event Overview. As you can see right now, we don't have any events, so we're going to want to create a new one. And start off, we're going to give the event a title. To make it consistent with the title of our post, we're going to call it Webcast Demo Event. Don't give it a unique identifier. If you leave it blank, it'll generate a unique identifier for you. It's better that way because there's going to be a lot of content, and if multiple people start putting their own identifiers, eventually there could be a collision, two people trying to use the same identifier, and that just becomes hard to manage. So we're going to let it do it itself and not put in a identifier. So next thing here is we can see down here it asks for a description. The way we're doing everything is we're going to put the form in the event that we already made. So the description and all that content's already going to be there. So there's no need to put a description. Next, we're going to move over here to the right. Where you can see here we have our event options. So first things first is we're going to need an attendee limit. Let's say we're going to cap it at 100 people. Do we want to allow group registration? What this will allow you to do is if somebody's going to come and they want to be able to register multiple people at the same time, say it's an event where somebody could be bringing their kids, their wife, whatnot, you can allow them to do a group registration, and you can apply a maximum. So if I say 3 here, it's going to allow one person to register up to 3 people at once. And that will affect the limit. So if somebody goes in, registers 3 people, the attendee limit it'll actually take 3 spots and not just 1. However, for this event, we're going to not include that. We then see the advanced options. Is this an active event? Yes, well, we want to activate it right away. The event status, we can just leave that as primary. If you wanted to, you could set it as an ongoing event or a deleted event, but we're going to leave it as primary for now. Do we want to display the description? So we're going to change that to no, because like I mentioned, the description is going to be in the post. Do we want to display the registration form? Well, clearly that's what we want to do. Use an alternate registration page? No. Use an alternate email address. Now what this will do is each of the technical chapters are going to be creating their own events, so you need to tie an email address to that event. You'll see later on that we can configure a confirmation email for when the user registers. They get a little confirmation email saying thank you for registering, whatever. That needs to come from somewhere, so by supplying an email address here, you can see that it's coming from there. So let's say that it needs to be a valid working address. So let's say it's a student event. So I'm going to put it as coming from the chair at ieeuottawa.ca. And all right. So what I just did there was Chrome auto-populated that field for me by selecting the email. That's not the website. That's my browser doing that for me. So let's just ignore that and continue. Event category, this isn't relevant for what we're going to do. That's sort of a field that we can just ignore. So then we can go down and we have event promotions. What this allows you to do is this allows you to set an early bird price and a deadline. And it also allows you to set discount codes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an early bird deadline up until the end of May. So let's go May 30th, 2011 will be the early bird price, and I'm going to give everybody a 20% discount if they sign up for an early bird. So what this means is anyone who signs up before May 30th will get a 20% discount. Do I want to allow discount codes? No, but if I wanted to have, like, say, an IEEE member discount code, I can do that. I would just need to go and program it over here in the where'd it go? The payment settings. So if I wanted to, I'd have to go to payment settings and create a new discount code. However, for this event, I'm not going to do that. Further down here, we have event questions. So we can add questions here, what sort of personal information we want to gather from them. If we want address, zone, zip code, we can start adding questions to it. However, I don't want to do that. I just want a very simple form. So yeah, group of questions to the event. So let's see, can I just pre-pick the group? Sure. So I have this here, personal information. It's a predefined set of questions to ask. So I'm going to add it. And it didn't add. Delete question group. Current groups. Okay. Oh, whoops, I clicked on add new. This is not what I want. Alright. So let's ignore this and pretend I didn't click on it. And let's leave that at that. Alright. Alright, so I'm not too sure what's going on here. Feel a little incompetent, so let's just ignore that for now. So let's go back over here. We have the event date and times. So this we can set. So when do we want registration to start, and when does the actual event start? So let's say that a registration for this event started back in April 1st, and that it's going to end on June 1st. Let's say June 30th. And then we're going to say that our event is going to start on July 1st. Alright, so it's a one-day event. So we're going to go over here. We're going to set the registration start time. Let's say 12 a.m. And that it's going to end at 12 p.m. The event start time, let's say it's going to start at 9 a.m. and it's going to end at, let's say, 6 p.m. Alright, so once we have that set up, we can go and we can set up the pricing. As you can see here, Chrome went and auto-populated some of those fields when I selected the email. So let's just ignore what's actually in there. So we need to set the pricing. So we can have multiple pricing categories. So let's just say we can have a regular price, and we can say our regular price is $50, and we could add a surcharge if we want, but let's not do that. So if we have multiple pricing options, we could also have, say, student price, and it's going to be $25. And again, we're not going to charge a surcharge. So again, here I'm going to sort of clear this stuff that Chrome auto-populated for me. That's the downside to smart browsers. They sometimes do things you don't want them to do. Alright, so this advanced options is going to give us content that we can add, a little more detail about the event. So we can give the event a location. We can say it's at 123 Fake Street. We can give the venue a title. Let's say it's at the National